Seeking English S.A.T. Workbook, page 417, problem 2. No calculator. This problem refers to the same graph as the previous problem, so after seeing my simplified version of the graph, it may help you make more sense of the previous problem if you have trouble with that. It says, during how many of the years shown was the gold medal won by the host country? And at the top of the graph, that's what the top of the graph looks like. That. So the bottom of the graph, there's a bunch of missing data in between that I did not include. What you have to do in this problem is just count them. But why is that hard? It's hard because of the silver medal column. Okay, you could be faced with a similar graphic difficulty on the test. Okay, what they want to know is, during how many years of the years shown was the gold medal won by the host country? So when a name of a nation appears in both gold and host, you want to count that one time. An example is down here. You have Canada here and Canada here. The U.S. thing is in between these, so it's distracting. So you can't immediately, can't visually correlate them as well as you otherwise could if they were right next to each other. You won't be able to move columns around on the graph on the test. So my tip in this case is how to count these more quickly, which is you need to mentally or physically block out the silver column as a distractor. If you can just ignore it, that's great, but many people find that it does slow them down and it does confuse them. If you do this, if you cover it up physically, and if it's similar to what's in your book, you might be able to cover it with an eraser. If you have a little eraser or a strip of paper or some other thing, anything that you have. Barring that, you might use your finger or two fingers as you go down the graph to try to cover up the middle column so you can simply see whether or not they match. If you do that, you're going to find that it matches 3 times. In this case, another trick I did not mention in the previous problem, so I'm mentioning it in this problem. The previous problem was complicated enough without this additional tip. Additional tip is, if you're going to count something and you're not sure, count it again, but don't count it. If you count it from the top to the bottom, count it from the bottom to the top the second time. And my habit, for reasons I won't get into in this video, is to actually count things from the bottom up to the top the first time, and then count them from the top to the bottom to see if that matches. Okay. I hope that will help. Possible answers were 1, 2, 3, and 4. And again, 3, of course, is one of the middle answers. Don't trust me on that. Okay. But if you got 1, 2, or 4, please tell me what you think went wrong and whether it was something to do with what I described or whether it was something else. Thank you.